So today, I'm heading down this motherfucker to get these affidavits processed and or service of process and finalize this judgment on this civil suit that I filed. People lied on me on that kidnapping case, so you know what I mean. I sued them for that defamation, and one of them was the father of the other kids. He was part of the coaching the kids, got the kids lying and stuff like that. So we finalizing that judgment today. I gotta send a shout out to Maggie Strickland over at Low Cost Paralegal. Without her, this shit wouldn't be possible. So if you ever trying to sue somebody or something like that, do something like that, you know what I mean? You need to get you a paralegal. And tell them the information that you need. Tell them the information of the case and everything like that. And they'll format it for you, you know what I mean? They charge you for that kind of stuff. And then you do the rest, you do all the filing, pay all the fees, and you press the issue. It's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? You gotta, you gotta wise up to a lot of things out here. A lot of people out here, they really don't want to see you win. You know what I mean? DJ Khaled said it best. You know what I mean? They don't want to see you in that drop. They don't want to see you in that big ass house. You know what I mean? That's the truth. They want to see you, living in a dog house somewhere on the street. Like back in the 80s and shit, you see bums in the winter back home on them little them heat vents and shit. You still see it to this day. That shit crazy. You know what I mean? But it's still going on and it's real. Some people ask me about that UCC. A lot of people don't know what that UCC is. So they asked me about it. The Uniform Commercial Code. And a lot of people, they talk about it, but they don't really know what they're talking about. The UCC is just like, it's a code for this. It's a code for me. Commercial code, movable property. It's just the way that it's codes that people use for doing transfers and notes and all kinds of business dealings and commerce. It follows the Uniform Commercial Code. A lot of people ask me about that, that drive without a license stuff and all that. Wanted me to put that information out there. I mean, to be honest with you, it's real simple. You know what I mean? Do you got to get a license to ride a horse? You got to get a license to ride a bike? You know what I mean? When they first invented the automobile, did they have licenses back then? Fuck no. That's some shit people just made up, you know what I mean? To basically make you sign a contract without you really knowing what's going on. Basically, you know what I mean? It just is what it is. If you got these contracts that make you a subject to the law, you know what I mean? Well, subject to statute, not necessarily, statute is not necessarily law per se. You know what I mean? Statute is corporate rules and guidelines that apply to corporate entities. You probably wondering, well, damn, when did I become a corporate entity? You became an employee because you signed a contract. You gotta figure that out. They don't really like Islam because, when you get a Muslim name, when you give yourself a Muslim name, or somebody give you a Muslim name, that's a free name. That's how you named yourself. So that's not a slave name. You named yourself. So you're no longer a slave. That's why, they call Muhammad Ali the greatest, because Muhammad Ali was a free man. he stopped being Cassius Clay, and he made an announcement that from now on he was going to be called Muhammad Ali. So that made him free. That's really what went down with when they tried to draft Muhammad Ali, was that they drafted Cassius Clay. He said, I ain't Cassius Clay, I'm Muhammad Ali. It violate my religious beliefs. You see his ass ain't go over there to Vietnam, right? Get into that. He's a free man. There wasn't nothing they could do about it. Because you know, Constitution, First Amendment right. They gotta honor that. Every man is entitled to freedom of expression and religion. You see what I'm saying? That's one of the most powerful things that you can utilize. Because at the end of the day, the law that they done created is a form of religion. It's a belief system. And you know, you gotta think about it. It's a belief system. So if you believe in the law, you believe in that religion. You see what I'm saying? That's what you gotta see it as. So say like you see how these people, they got these people lock people up. These people have jury trials. A lot of people don't know that if the jury or your peers don't like that law, they can dispel that law on site in court. And that's a wrap. Because guess what? The judge or prosecutor work for who? And you better not say the state, because they don't work for the state. You see what I'm saying? They work for you, the people. When you got people that's in jail, you can get them out. But people don't come together and utilize that. You see what I'm saying? That's what the whole issue with unity is about. People are afraid. That's what the whole, you know, when they killing people, they try to scare people to not stand up. And you got to be willing to stand up. You got to be willing to, you know what I mean, put your foot down. Because, you know, they your employee. They work for you. You don't work for them. You know what I mean? You know, when the officer pull you over, you ask him, well, you know, some people say, what's your probable cause? You should be asking them, how was I endangering the public? How was I endangering the public that would make you pull me over? What was the emergency? Because, you know, by definition, they an emergency vehicle. So you got to be like, yo, what did I, you know, what's the emergency? Who you trying to protect? What's really going on? You see what I'm saying? They don't look at you crazy because they gonna know you know what the fuck is going on now. Because their job is to serve and protect. So you gotta ask them, how was pulling me over serving and protecting somebody? What was it that was going on that you did that? Who you keeping safe? Oh, you trying to save me from myself? Oh, okay, all right, sure, okay. But that's the shit that's going on. A lot of people ain't hip to that. You know, a lot of people, you got to prevent them from serving themselves while doing their job. Because that's what it is. A lot of times they try to serve themselves and they trying to utilize you as a tool to get where they want to be. You see what I'm saying? You got to wise up to that. You know, the game a dirty game. You got to wise up to it. So, you know, if you want to accomplish something, you want to do something, you know, you don't got the numbers, you don't got the unity amongst your people, so they ain't gonna never happen. That's why they created that whole corny concept of race. Everybody don't understand race. Race does not exist. Like, there is no race, the black race, the white race, the Hispanic race. It's only the human race. But you got people who actually done bought into that shit and don't know that if you say you white, you say you black, you fall into a particular category according to the IRS and Social Security, and that's how you get treated. Because, you know, black by definition is undesirable. You see what I'm saying? So if you sit there and you say you black, then you saying you undesirable. How about that? You saying you undesirable. Everybody in America should say they white. Yeah, fuck the game up. Say you white. You born here, right? All right, you white. You a pure American. You know what I mean? All that, you know, African American, all this, you know, Afro American, you know, all of that is undesirable. You gotta say you're a pure American. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna see a white person say they British American or they European American. You ever see no shit like that? No. You see what I'm saying? You gotta learn that. You know, that's what Malcolm X was talking about. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people ain't hip to that. You know, in the movie when he go to jail and they see the definitions and he say, "What the hell? What's this? That?" You know what I mean? That's the whole point of that. You gotta be hip to it. I get pulled over all the time. I tell them I'm white. They say, "What you mean?" I ask them, "What you mean?" I'm white. I'm a white American. So then they get mad because they know they can't, you know, do the shit they really want to do. You know what I mean? And toss me the fuck up. I say, no, you know, I'm a pure American. You know, I ain't claiming this or claiming that. You know what I mean? This is my continent. You know what I mean? I'm from North America. You know what I mean? Like, what you want me to tell you? And they be looking at me crazy. And then they say, "Okay, sir, you have a nice day." And I'll be like, "Okay, you too," and keep it moving. You know what I mean? Like I say, game a dirty game. You know what I mean? You gotta learn the rules to this shit. You know what I mean? You gotta learn the rules. So yeah, you know, y'all ever look on y'all IDs? You know, look at your ID. Your ID got your name in all capital letters, right? You know, they call that. You know, you see people use that term straw man. I don't use the term. It's really a transmitting utility, meaning that it's an unincorporated entity that you use to do business with. And what they do with it is once they make one, say at the Drive DMV, they make one. That's a trust account that they're using to charge via your Social Security number. Social Security issue you an account too, and it be in all capital letters on there. It's a transmit utility to do business. You go to court, you know, all those accounts, they create courts based upon all those accounts. And based upon the amount is what court you're going to go to. So say like you go into federal court, then that means that your charge is over $75,000 in order for you to be in federal court. Because that's, you know, they only deal with claims for $75,000 or more. If you under that, then you in state court. But if you got a claim, you can migrate your case from state court to federal court if they used a federal law, because that's a subsidiary. State court's a subsidiary of federal courts. You see what I'm saying? So all law that they coming up with, the feds had to create a law that they can use to create statute for their corporation, because the states are incorporated. Lauryn Hill, that's what Lauryn Hill was talking about. That's why, you know, Lauryn Hill gave up so much juice that they basically banished the shit out of Lauryn Hill. That's why she wasn't trying to pay no taxes. Wesley Snipes, the same thing. You know what I mean? All of them got hip to it. And because they public figures, they smashed them out. Because they don't want them talking about no shit like that. So yeah, I'm about to run up in here, you know what I mean? I'll finish when I get back from picking up this affidavit of service and processing shit. Up here drinking my coffee and shit, you know what I mean? That's how you do it when you get in traffic. You gotta drink some of this motherfucking coffee. Alright, back. Peace.